Mama said live up to my name, but they jocking. They gon' try, go and take your face for the profit. They gon' lie, they gon' slip and slide, get beside you. They gon' try, we 100 deep like Verizon. In the trees with the bumblebees on horizon. And catching Z's, I've been in the V on road to Zion. Set they souls, I've been in that mode that I ain't buying.
Slaughter gang, then he ain't official. When that chopper sing, you really think that they gon' miss you. I spent $500,000 on dismissals. It's gonna be a hearse, not a verse if I dish you.
Welcome in, everyone. So, y'all know this month was the release of the sequel to Black Phone 2. And there's been a lot of mixed reviews for this movie. So, we're gonna talk about it because I can see where the mixed reviews come from. I personally enjoyed it better than the first one because I like leaning into the supernatural element a little bit more. Maybe that's just me. I mean, but I could see what the complaints were, but like overall, I think I would watch this one again more so than watching the first movie. I don't know. I think maybe I like the lean in and all the nods to the different horror movies, but we're going to talk about it. So come on in, hit like and subscribe and turn on your notification bell. Also, didn't want to let the month pass by without bring awareness to breast cancer and research and early detection. So there will be a link in the description box that you can click on for more information about breast cancer awareness, where to donate, and all that good stuff, all that information about it. So again, early detection is best. And make sure you stay up on your health issues and support those in your life and in your community that may be doing charities and volunteer work so that you can participate and help out with this research. I am not here by myself though. So there's been a lot of mixed reviews. So what was your opinion on Black Phone 2? Oh, you on mute.
Boom. It was all right. I was saying that I don't know if it's better than part one, but it was pretty good. It was very derivative. They took a lot of elements from a lot of other films, and it to the point where it was more than just like paying homage. They took entire like concepts, like how the supernatural angle of this thing works, piggybacks off of a lot of different already established media. But I did see there was a lot of talk about the supernatural aspect being elevated in this film, like it was too supernatural and whatnot. And I'm like, the first film was supernatural as hell. Like,
Yeah,
bro,
it was.
it was a detached phone talking to a bunch of deceased kids.
So they yeah, because in the first movie they kind of downplayed the gifts that they had. Like the sister, she had like dreams and visions and whatnot, and then the brother, which I don't feel like people talk about enough, he was a medium. Because it took me a minute though when I was watching the movie, because before I watch a movie, my ADHD watches it first. So I
Hilarious.
wasn't right. So I wasn't getting that all the children that he was talking to were previous victims of the grabber. And like when I realized that, I looked at the movie from a whole different perspective. And then knowing that their mother also had visions. And so I see a lot of people when they talk about the movie and they talk about Gwen and her dreams and visions, but they don't talk about Finn and his ability to see the deceased. Like he's a whole medium out here, and they're not talking about that. But I see how this movie leaned into both of their abilities, because her dreams were like magnified times 10 in this movie, and he may have unalived the grabber in the first movie, but when you think about the concept of being a medium, you can still see people after they have left their physical body.
Yeah.
And that's what we were getting with this movie. And I wish that more reviewers would talk about Finney being a medium, but they're always concentrating on Gwen and her powers. But it his abilities and hers combined is what ends up saving them. Like he was able to come out from being kidnapped because of her visions and his ability, and then they use their gifts together in this movie to save themselves. But people
Yeah,
are always looking at what she's doing and not him. And I'm like,
I think it's
oh,
more her movie than his movie anyway, though.
oh, you think so?
Yeah, it felt like, I mean, she drove the story more so than he did, because her dreams were pretty much the driving force for the next scene. They're the reason why they went up to the thing. We'll get there. They're the reason why they went to the freaking camp to begin with. Speaking of camps,
So watching this movie, and I only watched a few like light spoiler free reviews, and the only thing people was talking about in the spoiler free reviews was Nightmare on Elm Street.
yeah, because the dream sequence.
So it was a lot of Nightmare on Elm Street references. But outside of Nightmare on Elm Street, which is the main one people, they call it a sequel to a Nightmare on Elm Street sequel. There were a lot of other things that I saw in this movie. I saw definitely Scream, because definitely the phone ties to Scream, and it immediate clicked with me, especially because on the channel, y'all know we just talked about the very first Scream movie, and it was very reminiscent of the "Hello, Sydney" when he kept every time the phone he would go "Hello, Finney," and almost like the same voice.
Yeah.
Then they were the place that they visited was a lake. It was like Al something lake. I can't think of the name.
It was a camp.
Camp something lake.
That was definitely Jason.
That was definitely Jason.
The
And
fact that it was snowing and shit, that was
The Shining.
The
Yeah.
Shining. Yeah, like the setting had that, but the whole kids from the afterlife contacting alive kids who have powers like the shine or whatnot, and then them coordinating together to stop a killer, like that entire thing is Dr. Sleep. That's the Dr. Sleep movie. Like when I was watching it, my first thought was, this is Dr. Sleep.
I also thought about Stranger Things because
of the setting.
No, the fact that Vecna pretty much set up the kids to end up right where he wanted them to be. And in this movie, the grabber pretty much set up Gwen and Finney to come to that place to where he was at. Like it was a set because he wanted to take out Gwen as, payback for Finney making him accidentally, take out his brother. He's like, so, my brother passed because it was your fault. So I'm going to get your sister. And so he set them up for them to come to that place, which is what Vecna did in the last season of this past season 4 of Stranger Things, where he kind of lured everybody, especially to get to 11.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole upside down was to pull in 11. And in this movie, that the whole thing was set up for the grabber to get Gwen as payback for what Finney did. Even though, like, how you get mad because you accidentally unalived your brother when you stole when you're the one who stole the children.
Yeah, that was it. He just got mad he lost. How you get mad you lost?
Because I'm like, well, you wouldn't have accidentally, did what you did to your brother if you wouldn't have been taking children. Like your brother would still be alive, and you wouldn't have accidentally got him instead if you wouldn't never took them kids. So you brought that on yourself, sir. You brought it on yourself. But yeah, it was a lot of elements and a lot of different horror movies and shows. If there are some that you all caught in this movie that we didn't, definitely put it in the chat. Like what little Easter eggs or homages to previous horror movies did you all feel came through within this film here? Because I know we're probably missing a lot. Like if I do a second watch, I probably would be able to like pull out a few more. But I know these are some of the ones that like
I was thinking like this is some dairy-ish, like freaking Dr. King. Dr. King. Stephen King, man. Like it felt like whoever made this film like was a was like an apprentice of Stephen King because it was just so many aspects. Like this could literally be in the Stephen King universe, and it would fit right in. Like you got kids from the afterlife sending messages to kids in the living world, and the kids in the living world they have various powers, which they all resemble the Shine, and they're fighting a supernatural entity that is angry about circumstances that they caused themselves. That's like a Stephen King. That's Stephen King 101, like from top to bottom.
And there's another one that people mention, which is Sinister, because of they like the film grain dream sequences was the
Yeah,
same way they were in Sinister. And wasn't Ethan Hawke in Sinister?
he was.
It was Ethan Hawke. Yes. So if there's any more horror movie nods that we missed, please drop it in the chat. So
Yeah, they got all the
this is
kills.
4 years. 4 years after.
It's only 4 years because bro was
Yeah.
big.
Yeah, it was 4 years after
He
the
hit
event
a heck
of
of a
the
growth
kidnapping.
spurt.
And they are dealing with just trying to move on past life at this point. Finn is, coping with recreational pharmaceuticals. The dad is trying to get his life together. He's somewhat trying, and Gwen's dreams are moving up a notch, and people are, what happens sometimes when you're gifted and you start to tell people about it, then oh, now all of a sudden you doing witchcraft. So they
Yes,
are trying to
getting that.
adjust to life now that everybody knows that he is the survivor of the grabber, and that she used her dreams to try to help the police find him, and that he actually had to be the one, like as a child he had to take down a grown man. And this is who they are now, and they have to deal with this in their teen years.
Yeah, and Ernesto don't care. He's shooting his shot anyway.
Yes, Ernesto brother was one of the young guys who was helping Finney when he was in that basement.
Yeah,
The
one
past,
of the,
yeah, the
yeah,
spirit of his older brother, and so he was very interested in that case, and wanting to be close to them because again, his brother was a victim of the
mm-hmm.
grabber, so he feels some kind of commonality with them too. And yeah, definitely trying to shoot his shot and holla at Gwen here. And
My boy
uh,
still hunted, man.
yeah, and I wouldn't even call this haunted so much, because if he would not have been a medium, it would seem like flashbacks or PTSD. But it's the fact that he can see the dead still, which I immediately didn't think that this was like a vision or a dream. He's seeing the dead, and
Yeah,
the grabber is in hell. So he's haunting him from hell, but it's not like a PTSD illusion. Like
yeah.
he's literally haunting him.
No, he's actually
Yeah,
there. He's
yeah,
actually
he's
seeing.
there.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I got that too. I mean, of course, from the first film, we know that he could actually interact with ghosts because
Mm-hmm.
those kids in the first film were showing him the things in the room that they had already set up each individual kid prior before they lost their lives, and he used every aspect of the room that they had already set up for him in order to get out. So like he has a way of like interacting with the dead on a personable level. Like he can pretty much reach out and touch them. So for me, it's like having that ability and having the individual who having this individual be the person that comes to you and you know he's actually there because you have these powers, like that should have driven him insane. I felt like he handled it pretty well for a teenager, you know what I'm saying? Like, because
Yeah, like that is creepy. Like you basically saying like I survived this person in life so that I can be free from this person. But when you
and
see spirits,
you
they're
can't
not
do
gone.
yeah,
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 like you still in it.
and he's coping with it like he's not. It's not the most healthiest. It's not the healthiest cope there is, and of course he's using. But is it's admirable because he's a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like any other kid would have crumbled seeing their abductor on a regular basis after they've already unalived their own abductor and he's still around. Like, yeah, most kids would have had a nervous breakdown by now. He's dealing with it pretty good, if you ask me.
Where are the therapists around? Because I didn't hear in any part of this where Gwen and Finney went to therapy after their mom passed, or the dad, because the dad picked up the bottle after the mom passed. And then they had to suffer after that with dealing with a deceased mother from a self unaliving, and then an alcoholic father. And she's having visions and he's seeing dead people. And now they're still dealing with this trauma after that. Like nobody in there said, y'all children need therapy. And actually, not just individual, y'all need to go as a group and go to family therapy and
Yeah,
talk
but
to
this is
somebody because
ain't
these
this like
children
the
are
80s?
suffering. It's 82. I'm like, was we not going to therapy in
No,
1982 or
no,
something?
we was.
Because they had to do something. So
therapy,
they was going through it.
therapy during that time was for like rich people. Therapy didn't become like widely accepted until like the early 2000s. If you really want to be real about it. Because even in the 90s, I remember, like, especially being from the black community, the idea of going to therapy was stigmatized.
It definitely was. And not only stigmatized as in, you know, I'm not crazy. I don't need therapy. Ain't nothing wrong with me. It's, and as a therapist, I say this, the world of psychology today isn't what it was then. Um, because you were hospitalized. You know, it wasn't a whole lot of talk
Yeah.
therapy. Like the field of licensed practicing, licensed professional counselors, that sort of things. Like we're gonna talk about it. Is fairly new, as opposed to you're going to see a psychologist or a psychiatrist and you're getting a diagnosis of medicine.
Mm-hmm.
But they needed something though. Like they're trying to cope in a place of trauma, and there isn't a soft landing space to say you have trauma because you survived. Like Finney survived death of his mom, alcoholic father, kidnapping, having to take somebody's own life, and then now seeing that same life that you took haunt you from hell, and
On the
nobody
reg.
is coming to even the school counselors could have said something. I know it's a school guidance counselor, school psychologist to
Come
go and
on,
say
man. A
something going on
19,
with you. Like, let's
a
sit down and talk about it.
1980s school counselor, they are so out of their depth for this situation.
Somebody
they
come sit in my office and let me just talk about what's going on. You need a break, you need a breather, you need to just sit in quiet. Let me hold space for you. But like he was really going through it, and it's 4 years, and he's still in this place being haunted by the person who abducted him, with no way to truly heal it. Because again, in a household, they ain't talking about nothing. Because the dad didn't even like the daughter to talk about her visions. So I know he's probably like, "Well, shoot,
yeah, but you know that was
you
extended
whoop
from the
Gwen for
mom.
talking about her visions. Gwen got her ass whooped for talking about visions. What you gonna say when I tell you, I see dead people?"
I mean, but you know, like the dad's issue is that like the mom also had that same ability. Like
Yeah.
dad don't want his daughter to unalive herself, going crazy.
And
That was the gist of like why, even though we know that that's not what happened to mom, but that's what dad thinks happened to mom. So he's seeing his daughter go along that same path he don't want.
well, him taking a sippy sip wasn't helping none.
I mean, he got a cope too.
That coach shouldn't equal abusing your child. That's child abuse.
He didn't know how to. He don't know how to save her. He feel like she about to go down that path, and this is how. This right here is how. This would make me like crazy because she kept having these recurring dreams of kids dying in the mountain, kids getting unalive in the mountains,
Mm-hmm.
and that they were leaving like initials or like writings in the ice under the ice pretty much, and they were trying to give her a gist of like who did this to them and where they were. Like That was the whole, and this is why she ended up going up to the place anyway. And that whole entire thing of like her getting these premonitions and then them later deciding to go to the camp, that's Dr. Sleep. I kept saying like the whole movie, I'm sitting there like that's Dr. Sleep. Somebody was biting.
It was a whole lot. It's a whole lot going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, after she sees this, she has a talk with her brother, um, about that he need to do something with his life. She said,
Yeah.
"You need to do something. Like you getting old. Dad looking at you like, what are you doing with yourself? All you do is sit and smoke all day. Like here's an opportunity." And although she was kind of making it seem like an opportunity for him, she wanted to take the opportunity to go investigate.
Yeah. Yeah, that too. But I mean, and then we saw a glimpse of how she gets treated at school.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, they was calling her a witch.
yeah. I'm gonna see for me, I it's it's the plight of the precogs. I don't like precogs. You know what I'm saying? She's not necessarily a precog. She does have like a time thing where like there is a past, present, and future to her visions, but it's not really a order or a premonition telling her the events of things to come. But just the way that how she vaguely gets hints to things. This is how precogs are. They vaguely get hints to things, and it's never enough. Like it's never enough for her. It's never enough. So she has these. Oh, I feel this, and then people are gonna think you're crazy as crap. But then when the thing comes and it's happening, like it's true, she was right. Now people are kind of weary of you. So I understand why the kids was like, eh. And then I understand why she was feeling like it was a curse more so than it was a gift. But later on, like her mom through the phone, where it kind of explains how it's more of a gift, is a thing that's passed down. That because their mom had it too, so it's a thing that's like passed down. So it's more like a gift than the curse, but just the way in which it presents itself. In her situation, she's seen all these horrible things and she's reacting to them, and then she can't fit in school because she's the girl who knows where the serial killer is. But I get it. I get it. This movie did one thing real well. It took tough situations, put it on the shoulders of children, and it made them react properly. Like they reacted how I would think a child would react in these certain situations. But yeah, that's the best aspect of the movie. It's so realistic.
Yeah, her dreams and little visions and whatnot started to get like,
Bad.
yeah, because like
Yeah.
we got glimpses of her visions in the first movie, or like little flashes, but like we got like full blown fleshed out. She's not just seeing things, but her being in this like dream world is
Hmm.
kind of what they did differently.
And physically sleepwalking.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like your shit getting dangerous. But see, this is when her brother finds her during this like dream episode, and he sees the grabber is in hell on the wall.
Mhm.
Like he wasn't like a naysayer saying that like, oh, these dreams and things, they aren't real, whatever. He knows there's something going on, but at this moment, that was when you could really tell he was like, okay, we have to get down to the bottom of whatever's going on because it is affecting both of us. I'm seeing
Mhm.
things about this grabber man, and I'm seeing them everywhere, and you're seeing things about victims, and you're seeing that everywhere. So it's like, yes, and this is when they start getting to we got to do the investigation. I thought it was gonna do the classic trope of go to the library.
Right, exactly. We got to go read and do research,
Yeah.
whatever. Exactly. I always end up in the library trying to do some research at this point. But I mean, I guess when you have a little bit of extra gifts that you can be guided more in a direction of, they had a little bit more of that. So I mean, I feel like them going to the place was part of the research,
It was, yeah.
Because they have gifts, but outside of the gifts, then they would have been in the library because
Yeah, you had to go look
that's
something up.
exactly. You got to go look through the card catalog.
Yeah, ain't no Google
Ain't
in
no Google.
1982.
You got you got to look through old newspaper clippings and stuff, and hope you got a library card with no expired books.
Oh man,
Looking at old film
library
strips.
card.
Yeah, they don't do that enough in movies anymore because everybody's research is on the smartphone now. They ain't got to go to the library no more.
Oh
They
yeah,
don't go to the library no more. They just
don't.
they get on their laptop and then they go to the Google search.
It was funny though, and this is my second time bringing up Bye Bye Man in two videos. But on the Bye Bye Man, they go to the library, and they're the time of like Google. But what it was like on Google in that universe, you couldn't find no information about it. So he would like do a Google search and nothing came up. So he had to go to the library in order to find hard copies of stuff. So they made an excuse to go to the library. Oh man, yeah. And see, this is instead of the library, we found this. And that's when the dad revealed that their mom used to work there.
Right.
Yeah, that camp. What, Alpine Lake is what
Crystal
it
was.
Lake.
Yeah. Camp Frozen Crystal Lake.
In the winter. Street.
Exactly. going to the lake. All right, Jason.
Yeah, when I saw that, I thought that as well immediately. I was like, bro, y'all.
It didn't even hit me until later. I don't know why, because again, the ADHD part was somewhere else. It didn't hit me. The Jason reference didn't hit me until later, when she pulled his mask off and he looked like how Jason looked when you take.
Oh yeah, he did look messed up. Yeah.
That's when it hit me. And then I started thinking back, like, oh yeah, the lake, and oh yeah, the underwater and the camp whole thing. But yeah, they go to this camp, and by the way, it's cold outside and it's snowing, and they sent out a memo to tell people that we will not be holding the camp at this current point in time because we are snowed in. They didn't get the memo, and so they take their asses out there anyway.
Mm-hmm. And they had to get guided by a horse because they was screwed out there.
It was a lot going on.
Yeah, it was. They ain't playing well, but they go up there, and then the people up there, they all like welcome them in. For me, I was like, how much staff is here during the off season? Like, because they looked like they was fully staffed.
Well, I guess they was prepared for the children, but they told everybody not to come, and then maybe when they was telling everybody not to come, they also got stuck.
Yeah, I can see that they got snowed in, stuck up there. Heck yeah. So yeah, this is when she had that freaking long behind dream, and then the next day she told Ernesto about like the whole how her family operates, how her and her brother operates as far as their powers and whatnot goes, and her brother was like, "Why the hell?"
Basically spilling all the tea.
Yeah, he was like, "Why you telling fam?" But I'm like, I didn't get that. It was the briefest of conflicts, but I didn't get that. Like, pretty sure he needs to know.
Because you know how it was back in the day, and some people still act like that right now, which they should because it's toxic. But back in the day was what goes on in our house stays in our house type of thing.
And that was the
as the older Finney was getting, the more he was adopting that same habit, and it's just like, hey, it didn't even sit too well in our own household that these gifts that we have are there. Like, you can't be going and telling outsiders. It ain't even acceptable for us to be this way in the house. And then you go out and telling all of our business. They're already calling you a witch at school, and they don't even know the details of what's going on with you. And then you let him in all the way. At least you could have came and talked to me first and said, hey, how would you feel if I told him what's going on so he understands and he'll be able to help us? Like, she ain't make a conversation. She just, pillow talking and tell him everything.
Wow, pillow yeah. What's his name? Flynn? What's his name? Finney. He in this scene, this is the only scene really though. I kind of saw his dad in him in this scene. Cause his dad is he's in denial in a sense about like his kids' abilities, his his wife's abilities and like what it all means for his family and them being a family. He's kind of in denial with like the gift of the curse aspect of it. So for him, he wanted them to like leave it be, like, you know what I'm saying, let it go. And it kind of seems like in this moment, you know, her acknowledging to Ernesto that she has these abilities and she's been having these dreams for a while now, and like it's this entity calling out to her, her telling him that, and then Finney getting upset about it is kind of reminiscent of like when Finney's dad came at his sister, you know, about her expressing her abilities or gifts to him. And you know, so I don't know, man. It's just this is the second character we've seen like in recent media, like kind of rub off their guardian figure is kind of rubbing off on them, and it's not in the best way. But Dad did come through later on, but at this point in time, yeah, Dad wasn't my favorite.
I mean, he was, yeah, especially in the first movie, because he was just a complete mess in that first movie. And we learning about what was her mom? Hope is her name,
Hope, yeah.
and that Hope worked at the camp and was around the children, and Hope also knew who we learned name is Bill, and they were calling him Wild Bill. And even while she was at the camp, she had these abilities and were seeing things.
Mhm.
And Gwen, through her dreams, are learning about her mom. Her mom, I guess, now that maybe that she's older, or they're in a situation now where the grabber is really really out to get Gwen. She's learning a lot more about her mom while she's in this dream state.
Yeah, that's when she pretty much found out that her mom was trying to find those kids too. And then, like, her plight and her mom's plight is kind of lining up together. It's like you're carrying on what your mom was doing before she went. And we also, like, this is when I started to feel the turn of like her mom didn't unalive herself. I started to feel that when they started describing like how her mom was. I was like, I don't believe that unless she just went crazy from all the visions and stuff.
And that's what they were trying to say, is that the visions drove her. That's the story they were telling
Yeah,
themselves, that the visions drove her crazy.
The dad is afraid of with the daughter. Like, he's afraid that the visions are going to bring her to that point. But yeah, when you start hearing more about the mom and her character, like who she was and what she was trying to do prior to, her being supposedly unaliving herself, I was like, yeah, something ain't right about that. Like, it got me there. It was like, yeah, y'all pulling me in now because I'm feeling like bro took their moms out. You know what I'm saying? And then he actually did.
And he is all types of taunting them in the dream world, like in that, because now that they at Camp Crystal Lake, it's like, welcome to my world, bitch. I got you now.
This was like when Ernesto heard the phone that time, like when they were both outside. And that's when like bro kind of realized, like, oh, you can hear that, you can hear the phone.
So I mean, it was a good thing she turned, and I'm actually glad that they didn't take it in the other direction, because it could have went way left with Ernesto. He could have been the stereotypical in denial, the skeptic, but Ernesto, he was down for the count. Like, whatever y'all got going, he's like, I believe everything. I believe
like,
it. If y'all say this is what's happening, yes, tell me what I need to do to help. What you see, what's going on, I'm here. Like, he was a good resource and a good supportive friend here, because in so many of these instances where you bring in outsiders that don't really understand, they try to excuse away what's going on. Well, no, it could be this, and no, it's that. Well, have you ever thought about this? And this was like, nah, I see what's going on here. Like
exactly. That's why I didn't think it was a big issue for her to tell him what was up. I was like, let me know. y'all got a supernatural killer up here at this camp we all snowed in. Let me know. Let
And
me
y'all
know
got
what's
the
going
gifts to know what's really going on. Like, yes, tell me. I'm one of those
But
people in real life too. If somebody tell me that they got a gift that they see or maybe hear something, now I know how to decipher between if you seeing and hearing and you got schizophrenia. But if you like have like a gift, I can pretty much determine whether it's like you're a gifted person like this or you out here just hallucinating.
yeah,
Because if I know somebody is truly
violent.
gifted, I believe you. Yep. Uh-huh. I take your word for it.
But you know what? I feel like the trailers kind of messed this, especially when we got to this scene, because this
Mhm.
scene was like the when the kids came to Finney and they were pretty much like find us. Um, if the trailers kind of played it less straight and didn't really give us the gist that this was a supernatural uh killer on the loose or whatnot, it like the movie at one point started giving me the feeling of there is another killer, a real person. You know what I'm saying? And like he's operating out in this area. And then but then you thinking that the whole time, and then you get to this scene and it switches, and like, oh no, it's the original killer again. He's just not alive right now. But like I feel like the trailers kind of messed this moment up right here, because this moment really just spells out what's going on in the movie to me.
Yeah, they did. That's why you can't watch trailers to everything sometimes. Like I didn't watch any trailers to Black Phone 2. Like at all. I didn't watch any teasers. All I know is that the movie was coming out and I watched a couple of spoiler-free reviews from people that I trust to not tell the whole movie. Just
Yeah,
to see if I wanted to watch it or not. And when they said Nightmare on Elm Street, I said, "Oh, okay. Well, I guess I will be watching it." Yes, I will.
yeah.
And yeah,
This after Finney's sister gets physically attacked by
which was
an
definitely
unseen thing.
giving. I want to say it was the first Nightmare on Elm Street movie
Yeah,
when
when Shorty got dragged in the
dragged across
building. Yeah,
dragged across the top of the ceiling and when Johnny Depp was in the room and then the police came and arrested Johnny Depp. And I'm glad that people saw that. Like that's a difference. Like it wasn't no big secret. Like it wasn't doing this. Like she was getting tossed around that room and people were
uh,
coming in and seeing like what is going on here.
yeah.
And
When they bust in, she was against the wall and off the ground because he was holding her up like this.
mhm. And they were like, "What is going on here?" And then the Jesus people was like, "Rebel."
The two in the back.
Mm-hmm.
They
That
was
girl
like,
got that,
yo,
she got that demon in her. I don't do that. I don't play those games. I don't play those games. And
that
me
was
as an
funny.
African American, I would probably be saying the same thing. I don't play those games either.
Oh man, we just had
I
to figure out how
do
to get back in the snow. How we get back to town through this snow?
that. I done seen enough. I'm not staying here with y'all. It's this thing's dragging her that I can't see, but I can see her getting drugged. And none of this wasn't happening until y'all came up in here. All right, y'all, y'all can stay. I'ma leave. I don't this ain't my expertise. I'm not an exorcist. I'm not a medium. I don't do that. Y'all got it. Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's when you also learn about the guy who owns the camp. He took it over to find the kids after
Mm-hmm.
the original owner passed away. He failed. He couldn't find them. So this guy takes over. And like this whole entire thing
Rondo
pretty much
or
lights a
something like
new
that.
fire under his butt, huh?
Wasn't his name Rondo or something like that?
What's his name, Rondo? Armando.
I knew it was something like that.
Yeah,
I was close. I was close. But I do like the fact that he didn't brush it off either. Like when he seen what was going on, he's like, something has to be done.
this is the most cooperative horror
Right.
film.
Yeah. Outside of the Jesus people that was just like,
Oh, y'all
everybody
be
name is
good.
in
You
it and
good
I
on
ain't in
this?
it. Y'all be cool though. But everybody else was like on board with it. Like, okay, what we got to do? Like, what's going on? How can we be down and help y'all? What do we got to do? And coming up with this plan. And taking shifts and watching her sleep, and oh, we got to go and find the children. Like they was definitely on board and down with it. And I'm like, see, I wish more people were cooperative like this in horror movies. We waste so much time with people saying, oh, I don't believe it, or that's not what it is, or she was just sleepwalking, or what if she was just throwing her body against the wall in her sleep? That ain't what it was. Or I don't believe that's what's was going in. Or we all were probably sleepy last night, and it's like a mass hysteria collectiveness. And I think
Oh
they
my
put
God.
mushrooms in the food
Them
last
freaking
night.
mass hysteria claims are ridiculous.
Yes, or that somebody poisoned the food and all of us, hallucinated in our dreams and see, like they will say anything other than to believe that is actually some foolishness going on, some supernatural force happening. But most of these people here was like, I'd say less.
Heck yeah. All of them were shoot. So, I mean, the ones that didn't, the ones that didn't, they didn't, they weren't non-believers. They were just
They just said
weren't
this is
trying to
above
be.
me.
They weren't trying to, yeah, they weren't trying to get down with that.
This
Like,
is above
oh,
me now.
I came here to read Bibles and say some prayers, not physically fight demons.
Listen, I don't want to be down with that. They went home and prayed,
And then they had,
threw
I
some
mean,
holy oil around the house
this
and
is
stuff.
also like one of my favorite scenes in the movie was when Finney talked to his sister and he was telling her like, okay, we can protect you, your physical form, but when you're asleep, that's all you. Like it was almost one of those like be strong pep talks or whatnot, and that's kind of when you start to see him accepting not only her gifts but his own gifts, or like accepting their family's abilities, because he was definitely running from them prior to that moment, or at least he was like numb to it. And I do like also that when this came on, when this towards the dream battle sequence, like right before that, they went back to the father and showed that their dad was trying to find them. Like he knew they went to the lake, but he saw the report that it had snow in. So he went to get a plow truck to go up there, and like about time you took interest in your kids, fam. Outside of trying to look normal for everybody else, you know what I'm saying? You finally took interest in your kid, but I think that he just felt like they're going up there to where their mom was at, and he could lose them.
And
Like
she was getting her ass whooped in her dreams.
oh, she
She was
definitely
getting
was.
her ass towed out the frame in her
Yeah,
dream. I ain't even
yeah.
gonna hold you on that. Like
It
he
wasn't
was
like
turning her. No, he was turning her every which way but loose.
I mean, I and like the dream sequence, even though yeah, it plays off of like the dream demon of like Freddy or whatnot, but the way that they did it was unique. Like just how it looked, the cinematography is the presentation of it. It kind of gave it vibes, like the way that he operated in the dream world kind of gave vibes like it. I mean, of course, the black balloons instead of the red balloon. That's another thing. The black balloons instead of red balloons. It's so much
I
brighter,
forgot.
man.
Yeah, I forgot about the balloons. Yeah, he had the black balloon. He had those in the first movie.
Yeah. So yeah, man. Like, but I
But now,
did like this dream battle. It was hard.
before we move off of the dad, though, we got to talk about the conversation when they had the family meeting. Because once the dad got there, Gwen took it upon herself to say, "Look, I'm about to throw everything out in the open." Because dad was like, "Y'all just come on home. It's a snowstorm. Y'all get your ass in the car." And they was just like, "No, we started something. We got to finish it." Now, Finney almost looked like he thought about going home for a second.
He tired of this shit.
He kind of thought about it for a little bit. Like, if you get in the car, I'm gonna get in the car too. But Gwen's like, "No, we done started something. We got to finish it." And as a matter of fact, we not only started something here, we're trying to find these missing kids, but there's some unresolved stuff going on in this family. And then that's what he told him, like, mom didn't take herself out. If that was not her, that was the grabber. Like he came to the house. And the dad was like, huh? He was like, yes, he was there. He came and got her there because she knew what he was up to and he didn't like that. So he came to the house, and that was not her that did that. That was him. And then dad, you was out here coping and drinking and stuff, and you was blaming yourself for what mom did to herself because you didn't like her having all these visions and stuff. And then you stopped taking care of us because you was grieving. And then Finney, you ain't finished grieving when you got kidnapped. You ain't finished grieving when we lost mom, and you was sitting over here smoking, trying to numb yourself. You ain't even got no friends. Name one of them. Who are they? You don't have it. You be by yourself all the time. No, we need to come together as a family because we are broken here. And the more broken we are, the more the grabber can come in. And now he's trying to reach us in the afterlife, and we can't have that. So we need to be all one band, one sound, or he's gonna get everybody, and we're not gonna make it out of this. No,
he's so black. One band, one sound.
We need to be all on one accord right there. Like the youngest person in the family had to sit there and tell everybody about themselves in this moment. Like, since y'all don't want to go to family therapy, we don't want to talk about it because there ain't no, you be in this room, he be in this room, I be over here. Ain't nobody saying nothing to nobody. And so when we get around each other, we all sitting together with our triggers and trauma mixed together. And it's been 4 years and none of us have gotten truly better. We have not healed. We have not gotten past this grief. And then look at where we are now. Look at where we are now. Like, nah, we need to get us squared away so then we can help these people that's around us, because we got to be together on this, because he's in here to play in our heads and to tear us apart. He's trying to pick us off one by one. He about to start with me. So I mean, are we going to admit what's going on? Are we going to be honest with ourselves about our trauma and grief? Are we going to talk about it like for real, for real? Are we really going to be honest with ourselves here? And let's once and for all actually say what's on our minds. And she said, you pull out a belt if you want to. Let's see what's going to happen. Try it.
Is that what she said?
She did. I mean, after you get your arm sliced with an axe, that belt wasn't going to do nothing for her after that. Like try me. I done been tossed against the ceiling.
Yeah.
I'm like what we doing here? But what we not gonna do is hop in this car and go home and act like ain't none of this happened. That's what we not gonna do.
Especially, I mean, at this point, it's gonna follow you home anyway. So
correct.
You might as well go ahead and kick his ass.
And Finney had a whole like panic attack and nervous breakdown because he'd been carrying it the whole time. Like, and it was the whole macho masculine thing, like trying to make it seem like, yeah, I took him out, like everything is cool, I got it. And when his sister, read him for filth, he broke down because he had to admit, like, yes, you've been isolating. Yes, you've been numbing yourself. Yes, you've been covering up emotions. Yes, you're still grieving. Yes, you are very scared of this man. Yes, you are scared every time you see a spirit that you didn't ask to come up and talk to you. This is very scary. Yes, you are scared that I could be potentially lost next because of somebody that was after mom and after you. And now I'm targeted as collateral damage. I ain't even do nothing but have some visions and stuff. And now I'm the one that is up for grabs next by the grabber because of my family members that have come before me. Like, go ahead and get you a good cry out, tell the truth and be honest with yourself. Yes, you scared. Yes, you ain't got no friends and you need to heal that because the smoking ain't doing nothing but make you more. It's going to make you a bum like Jonathan was in that last in season 3. No, it was season 4 of Stranger Things when Jonathan wasn't doing nothing but hanging with Argyle and smoking, and he didn't want to go to school no more after that. That was where Finney was in this. Finney wasn't planning on going to get no job, going to school, nothing. He was just there like, I'm just going, go hang out on the Starship Enterprise and just chill, and then beat people up at school now because I'm hot shit these days. We don't need all of that right now. We are trying to find these missing children so we can send Wild Bill ass back to hell where he came from, because Wild Bill was out there working at this camp and took those kids and put them in the lake.
Wasn't Wild Bill the name of one of them killers off of Silence of the Lamb series?
It was Buffalo Bill. Dang, we should have. Another movie must have referenced Buffalo Bill.
Yeah, Buffalo Bill is what it was.
Buffalo Bill. And took them children, put them in the lake, and so they were in ice. And so they didn't think to look there because they're like, it's frozen. Nobody would go out there except for somebody who knew how to navigate on the ice. And so they didn't find them kids. And they're like, no, these kids are suffering. We need to lay them to rest, and then he can get sent back to hell. But we gonna all have to be on the same page. And right now we are broken, and we have been broken since our mom passed away. It took the smallest person in the family to actually tell these guys that they need to get their shit together and
Well,
let's go.
she got the best powers.
And let's go. And so yeah, they ended up she finally decided that with Finn and them like yelling at her while she sleep to try to get to her to saying like you got to fight, like it's a dream, like who are you in the dream. And this is where we also get to Nightmare on Elm Street part 3. I want to say
The
part
Dream
3,
Warriors.
Dream Warriors. And we I remember last year, I just in my mind, I knew that movie was called Dream Street, and I'm arguing people down, telling them it was called Dream Street. They was like, "No, what is Dream Street?" I'm like, part 3 when they was in a hospital, they was like, "No, it's not called that." I'm like, "What is it called?" They was like, "No, that's just this Dream Warriors," and I was like, "No, that's not. That's part 4 is Dream Warriors. I'm talking about Dream Street."
Hey, tell
I was loud and wrong.
her you was just bored, like.
When I tell you I was loud and wrong, I'm like, dog, I've seen this movie several times. That's my favorite one. I know what the name of it is. Damn.
That would be your favorite one.
I'm like, when they switch the name of the movie.
It would be your favorite Freddy.
It is my favorite. It is when Kincaid lived. I like that, even though they killed him off in the next movie. But shout out to Kincaid, and Lawrence Fishburne was in that one. But yes, this is when they kind of like told themselves like, in the dream world, you're dreaming too. If you lucid dream, you can tell yourself that it's just a dream and it's not your reality. And you yourself can develop the skills necessary to fight in this moment. And that had to happen to Gwen because he whooped her ass that first time she was in the dream. Like he was twisting her all the way around, choking shit out of her with that damn phone cord.
Yeah, he was.
He was on her ass.
That freaking that whole phone booth on him though.
Mm-hmm. And in this one, she was just like, "All right, I got it." And he's like, "Oh, you trying to fight?" And she was like, "Yeah, but I'm not by myself because the children were on her side." And Finney came out there as well, and they tag teamed his ass real nice.
Man, like they had this physical fight with this ghost on the ice, right? And so many people fell in the water. I'm sitting here like, you dead. Because like, hey, come on, man. It's too cold. It's too cold. It should have been hypothermia everywhere.
And what anybody lose a toe or nothing. With no gangrene or nothing. That's
you know what though? I mean, I did like this scene though. You don't get enough of like people cooperating to take out the big bad in horror movies. Like, because people run, they run, they separate, they scatter, they
don't make it till the end of the movie because when they were skeptics, they got picked off first.
They got early, yeah.
They didn't last long enough to devise a plan to fight the villain.
Yeah, I can only think of like 2 movies, this one included, where like the supposed victims had hands and they was beating ass. The other movie is the Descent, when those girls was in that cave fighting them underground. They was killing them things. Like that movie should have been called The Girls because they was the bad things.
Well, they said was enough.
It was like 2 of them got, and then after that, it was old, bro. Like they was like,
oh, so we gonna ignore the black dude and Friday the 13th when Jason Takes Manhattan.
Come on,
and he was on the roof.
Come on, man. Yeah, we ignoring that. Because one, he fought by himself. That's the first thing. 2, he didn't do anything. Like he punched himself out. He punched himself. He punched Jason until he was tired, and then he got his head knocked off. Like, nah.
He was trying to be in a fist fight.
Nah, bro. Like freaking Busta Rhymes did better than he did, man. Busta Rhymes had kung fu. Like doing kung fu.
Yeah. Just let's talk about it. Exactly. Hey, Mikey.
Right, bruh. Somebody get bust out of here, man.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Somebody get your boy. Yeah,
Real
well, that was a
hilarious.
bad scene, man. That's a
No
bad
real
scene,
karate. All he learned was from the TV, and he's like, "Hey, Mikey,
bruh.
yeah."
Anything he part of the Wu-Tang Clan. That's what that was. Straight Wu-Tang. Freaking Rod Digger is on 13 Ghosts. She did her thing. Busta Rhymes on freaking Halloween. He tripping.
So you
Flipmode
don't want to
Squad,
see. This
boy,
is your fault. You don't want to sit up there talking about some. Ain't nobody ever tried to like use their hands to fight the villain. Dog, it's been a couple of them
what
that
you
tried to
mean?
do.
Ain't no group of people just came and just together. The last Halloween they did and they lost, which was dumb. Like, how did this old man beat the whole town? The whole people out there had irons. It was like she had an iron. Like, how this man survive getting hit with an iron, man? And
but this is a lot going on.
not only
Okay.
that, Michael Myers, he survived the town beating on him, and he survived the freaking fire department when they got to the house. He was fighting them. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. They ain't have enough fight for him. They was tagging dude in this movie, like
Oh yeah, they got him.
they was
Definitely
tagging his
got him.
ass.
That boy.
And then he got pulled under, and the freaking the ghost kids grabbed him. I
Mm-hmm.
like what Finny said. Hell ain't hot, hell cold, bitch.
See, that was just like Michael with Busta Rhymes when he said "trick or treat, motherfucker."
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
It
did
wasn't
that
just.
one line that was
It
cold. Yeah,
wasn't just like that.
yes, it was.
Not at all. It was.
Yes.
No, nobody thinks that.
Okay, well then what about the end? The end of Blade then?
What? Some
Ice skating uphill.
boy trying to ice skate uphill. Sure, that's a great line, but trick or treat, motherfucker, is not.
I'm gonna put a poll. Either the next time we go live, I'm putting a poll up to see who had the best. Which line was the best? Was it Wesley Snipes? Some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate
You
uphill, or
already
Busta
know
Rhymes trick
that's
or
just
treat,
gonna happen.
motherfucker.
You already know. They're gonna have 99%, and the other Buster gonna have 1%. They're gonna be you. You're gonna be the only person.
I know it ain't just me. It ain't just. I'm gonna do a poll.
I'm here for it.
My people are gonna be out there somewhere. Okay, y'all look out for the poll. All right. I don't know if I'm gonna put it in the live, or I don't know if I'm gonna put it in the post on the channel, but I'm gonna do a live. We're gonna figure out which one had the best line
Right.
at the end of the movie. Hold on, it was Fool had one too. At the end of People Under the Stairs.
What do you say?
What was that line at the end of?
You can't remember. It wasn't memorable.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I'm about to, because I know I ain't tripping. Y'all know how I am. I can't. I know I don't be.
Nah, you tripping. You tripping right now.
Mm-mm.
It's a line you can't remember, but it was memorable.
Yes.
Oh man, you crazy.
My brain just be doing stuff sometimes. Okay. Okay. My brain just be in another place. But I remember the line because I'll be waiting for it to happen at the end of the movie.
Jeez.
Dang, what was that line? And watch, I'm gonna think of it right after this video. I promise you, I'm gonna think of it. And when I think of it, I'm gonna put it in the comment section of this video. I'm gonna think of it.
You gonna put it on the poll too?
I know, and then I'm gonna. That's gonna be on the poll too. My favorite lines from horror movies. At the end, what's them one liners that get you every time. You know, they're going to get you, Barbara.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can name a million lines that's better than trick or treat, motherfuckers. Like you can. A bunch of lines.
But there's more.
That one too. Not even in a horror movie. It's in a horror movie spoof.
Let me get off this, cause see, I done had a whole other video
about lines.
Exactly, a whole other video. I might have to do some of that for our Halloween. Stay tuned, y'all. We doing a virtual Halloween party. Okay. I might have to throw some lines in that. Okay, I'm gonna do some research. I might have to do a little something with that. Okay, drop your favorite horror movie lines in here. Okay, might have to do something. So at the end of the movie here, the mom Hope calls the daughter and kind of like lets her know like it's okay, like you have this ability for a reason. Yeah, you did good. It's not a curse.
Yeah.
You and your brother, y'all are not cursed. It's a gift, and it helps you. Don't look at it like something is wrong. Like you have something that is special about you. And she's able to like talk to her brother so that they can kind of they can actually begin to heal, because now they got the point that their mother did not take her own life, and that their dad now believes them. They sent the grabber back to hell, and that they don't have to be afraid of their gifts. Like they can embrace them.
And now they're about to have a 6-part franchise where brother and sister solves mysteries with supernatural gifts. I already see it. Like
so supernatural.
I just feel like this is like the beginning of a franchise, because it gives me the vibe of like The Conjuring. You know what I'm saying? It gives me that kind of vibe where like no two stories are like in the same linear storyline or whatnot. They're all kind of like, they're not anthologies, but because they're in the same universe, but they're just different stories across the timeline. And I just feel like this lends itself to that. It lends itself to like them. We're gonna see them as adults in the next one, and they're like solving,
being paranormal investigators.
Yeah, it's like she probably works for, like the detective. She's like a psychic or whatever. Can find the kid, deceased kids or whatever, missing kids or stuff like that. Like I see this leading into that. But I will say another thing about this movie, because like the more I talk about it, the more I like it. It had a lot of heart, man. Like the people who put this together, they really kind of seemed to like what they were doing. You could kind of tell they was having fun with this film.
And well, they had free range because the first movie was based off of a short story. So y'all, keep them short stories alive, because if somebody like it enough, they're gonna flesh it out, take it and run with it. So it came away from that little bit of that tiny little short that part one was derived from. They kind of just said, where can we take this? Where can we take this? So the writers and directors and producers, like they just had that one concept, and they kind of just took that idea and ran with it.
Sounds like Found Destination. It started out as a short story, and then it ended up being a episode for X-Files TV series, and then they was like, this would be as good as a movie, and they made this little movie.
Smile was a short story.
Yeah. I didn't like part 2.
Yes, Scott Derrickson directed. Black Phone 2 and also co-wrote it with Robert Cargill. So they were the and produced by Jason Blum.
Bless me.
So these are the ones who said we are going to take this idea and run with it.
I dig it. It wasn't a bad movie. I liked it. I do understand why people are kind of put off by the over the top supernatural. Like they went 100% supernatural with this. The other one, it was more subtle in the first movie.
Well, how many knives would you give it if we're going to give it a rating?
I give it 3 knives. Only for being like mad derivative, man. Like it's so derivative. There's so many elements and ideas from other things. And like I understand being a fan, but Jesus Christ. I should be watching
I think I would give it. I think I'd give it about a 3.
Yeah.
3 out of 5 knives as well.
Yeah, I just shouldn't be watching the movie and thinking that came from this and this came from that. And I thought about that a lot during this movie.
And I mean, and it's not it worked, but at the same time, it was like blatantly obvious, you know.
Yeah,
it was in your face obvious that you didn't have
watch
to see
horror movies. You're gonna notice this, like
right off the rip. It's
yeah,
like that. It wasn't no kind of subtlety at all. It's like it's in your face. This was we took this from something else. They didn't even try to hide it at all. It was very very overt with the horror movie references. Oh, who?
JCM. Listen to your boy Jay, man. Oh my God, he got so many lyrics from other people. I ain't gonna go into it, but
so I don't even listen to his music like that. I don't listen to Beyonce's husband like that. Y'all make sure you hit like and subscribe if you have not.
Don't you can't just go past that and go to the like and subscribe. You said Beyonce's husband like that, man.
On Beyonce's internet, make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel and turn on your notification bell. It is still spooky season, and again, we've been doing 90s horror this month. We have a virtual Halloween party going on. We just finished covering Gen V. And also doing coverage of Reasonable Doubt episodes. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Check out the channel memberships, and we will see you all in the next one.
Peace.
Well, imagine as I'm pacing the pews in a church corridor, and I can't help but to hear. No, I can't help but to hear.
Thank you.
Thank you. What a beautiful wedding.
Thank you.
Thank you. What a shame the poor groom's bride. Thank you. Thank you. I signed in with the haven't you people ever heard of?
Thank
Closing a goddamn door. No, it's much better to face these kinds of things with a sense of poison rationality. I signed in, haven't you people ever heard of?
Thank you.